Okay, welcome back everyone. Today we've got a couple of stuff to talk about. We've got major downward movement. Seems like today, Monday, decided to just be a bad day for the markets. Stock market too, okay? It's not just the crypto market. Right now we've got Bitcoin only down 3.87%. Nothing too crazy out of the ordinary. We can tolerate a drop like this. It did reach a low, a new low, for I'm pretty sure this month. Yeah, not even February 2nd crash was as bad as today. Today we had a low of 90,880 for Bitcoin. Currently recovering from that, 92,200 at the current moment. So hopefully bottom is in because I feel like we've just been dropping all day. It's been a slow and painful drop all throughout this day, right? We broke out of the support level that I had drawn over here. FTX is no longer relevant. I think that's already been taken into account in the market. So realistically, we only have our major support at 100,000, which is what we're going to have to start climbing back up to. Now, we do have an uptrend from the longer term, two of them actually. So we've got plenty of room to, oscillate if we do have to stay down for a moment. I'm sure we'd stay above 85,000 worst case scenario, but for now it seems like the 90,000 mark is our most important support. As long as we don't break that, nothing bad will happen. But honestly, anything is possible in this market. Of course, with this little bit of a price drop from Bitcoin, the rest of the altcoins drop 10+% approximately. I'm pretty sure the worst has already passed. We're kind of slightly recovering in the past hour or so from the major drops. Is it over? I hope so. I'm pretty sure it is, based off of my own intuition. I'm chilling, though. On my main account, I have everything all set up. I have all my orders in place. I've had some orders that got triggered. Like, that's good. Limit orders being filled. That's always a good thing. And sure, I was about to get some margin calls, I guess you would call it, some liquidations going on, but I managed to not get liquidated at all. I still had enough money to cover for those by adding margin to those positions. So that's all good, but I don't want to jinx myself just yet. But I'm just proud that I was able to, withstand this drop, mainly from the altcoins, of course, who have been dropping the hardest in this case. Bitcoin, it hasn't seemed to have done too much of a crazy movement. Like, this is just practically normal price for Bitcoin. It's just like we're at the bottom of the range. New range would technically be... Can I, like, re-put that box back? I kind of want it back. How far do I have to undo? There we go. This box. How about we drag it down there? Right? Seem reasonable? Maybe that's the bottom? Seems reasonable. Longer term, of course. Yeah, so buy zone if you haven't already bought the dip. Seems like a good chance to do so. Not financial advice. Let's have a look at the other coins. Ethereum, that seemed like it was on its way back up to recovery, even after, okay, pre-Bybit hack, right? Dump. Post-Bybit hack, Bybit was already recovering from their hack, and now we're all the way back down here to square one. Practically lowest point we've also seen from Ethereum since the past couple of days after the 2nd of February drop. So it seems like Ethereum did not drop as hard. Bitcoin did drop harder, right? So Ethereum is still kind of holding, which tells us something, which we'll get to later on. We got a lot of news to cover still, so I'm going to try to get through this as quick as possible. We had a low today of 2,457. I was getting liquidation notices on my Ethereum positions, but realistically, I don't think we will ever see Ethereum under $2,000. So I think that's a safe area to put your liquidation levels. However, these guys are smart, the market makers, right? They know where your liquidation levels are, and they will manipulate the price to ensure that those levels get hit, which seems to be exactly what has been happening. thanks to, spoiler alert, Binance. Yes. So let's go talk about XRP as well. Down 10.42%. Nothing, it's not too crazy of a drop either. Thanks to a good pump that it had, probably from the ETF news, right, that it's been receiving. XRP has been doing quite fine. It is reaching, has reached a low of $2.21. That's a good price to DCA in my opinion. I have been DCAing little by little on these fib levels, but we haven't seen a drop as bad as February 2nd. We're practically halfway there, so still fine for XRP. $2.30, down practically 10% today. Chainlink is down 13%. I'm not... okay, yeah, this is practically like similar situation to Bitcoin where we did indeed drop lower than February 2nd crash. So, I don't know. Seems like the beginning of the month was in the red, and we're going to end this month, February, with red as well. I don't know. We've got 4 days left in this month, so I don't think we're going to recover a massive percentage back to where we were from the beginning of the month. 1st of February, we were above over here. It's about a 62% pump. I don't think that's going to happen in 4 days. Realistically speaking, we may recover up to around here, but it's going to be a red month for February. That is practically confirmed at this point for all cryptocurrencies, most at least. Next, we got Litecoin, which is also down approximately 10%, 9.50%, and Supertrend just flipped bearish for it. Litecoin had a good run so far, reaching a high of 140. With this drop, we reached a low of 108. Current price is 115. Slight recovery from that. Now, the thing with Litecoin was the ETF news that it was receiving, how likely it was to be the next cryptocurrency that gets an ETF approved. Well, it's kind of fading away. Nothing too crazy, though, because, I mean, the February 2nd crash was really brutal for Litecoin, reaching a low of practically 80. So to see 80 again with all this ETF news, I think people are buying the dips like crazy right now. I don't remember if I don't think my main account purchased any Litecoin yet. I think I only have 2 orders, one over here and one over here, which are very unlikely, but I'm doing this for tactical reasons because, I mean, if this does continue dropping, I don't want to be caught with my pants down. So I'll have something here ready to, you know, some orders to be filled once the price drops far enough, if it does. If it doesn't, let it continue rising. I'm already very deep in the hole, so I'll take anything at this point. There you go. Cardano is down 10% as well. It doesn't seem like it too crazy of a drop if you look at it like from this angle, but it's a similar situation to Litecoin. Cardano, on the other hand, dropped to a low of 50 cents. It did recover. Similar thing with possible ETF approval, reaching a high of 83 cents. With this drop today, we reached a low of 66 cents, currently at 68 cents for Cardano. So, I mean, yeah, it's it doesn't seem like much, but it is still a 10% drop. But I feel like this is so easily recoverable. We've been lower before, like 9th of February. What even happened on that day? We reached a low of 65. We didn't even go that low this time with Cardano. We do have some bullish news for Cardano as well, but it's still being overshadowed by the broad spectrum of the current state of the market. So we're going to talk about that as well. Solana, though, probably one of the bigger losers in this case, down 14%, maybe deserved, I don't know. Man, reaching a new low of 137 today, 137.28. Right now it's at 140. Yeah, dropping from the levels that we've been seeing past couple of, maybe last week, right? Around the 200 mark was where it seemed to be oscillating. 180, 200 approximately. And then suddenly it just dipped like this. Libra scam and pump.fun, market dilution, meme coins. It's getting a little crazy in the Solana spectrum scene there, you know? So, yeah, it is having some issues. Token unlocks coming soon from FTX that people are also scared about. Plus, Solana is one of the affected tokens from this market manipulation that we will be talking about from Binance. Sui, of course, supposed to be the Solana killer, but I guess it kind of followed along with it. Although it doesn't seem like the impact of the price has been too harsh, because Sui has been doing great in the past couple of days. It's just practically erased what has happened in the past couple of days. It rose instead of dropping during the Libra scam, and, you know, I mean, it recovered at least from the Libra scam. Libra scam still made a drop. 14th of February was the day that the Libra scam came out. Sure, we did see a drop for Sui, but it recovered very well, practically back to pre-Libra scam levels. And then this time, we've just erased all that recovery practically. $2.84, low up $2.74 for Sui, dropping from a high of approximately $3.56. Yeah. We still haven't reached levels as far down as 2nd of February. If we do continue dropping, 240 seems like a good spot. If, like, worst case scenario, because 2 reasons. Uptrend, support, Fibonacci level, right? From 28th of October. It looks like a great spot, right? This is a very crucial zone. This is the next crucial zone. I'm actually going to mark it because I just think it's so crucial that it's worth noting. Right over here. We'll see what happens. Okay. There's your market update. Let's talk about some of the news that's been practically impacting this stuff. Would it be to the good side or to the bad side? I'll let you decide that. But overall, we've been having some great news. Number 1, Securities Exchange Commission acknowledges filing for Grayscale's spot Cardano ETF. They are acknowledging Grayscale filing for that ETF. Of course, we know what Grayscale will do is just sell, sell, sell. But hey, at least we're going to get a Cardano ETF. It seems like it's pretty likely there. Stable coins, Canada, Nigeria, Brazil, all launched on Coinbase. Well, not Coinbase, but Base, their chain, right? Bullish news. MetaMask partnering with MasterCard themselves, practically confirmed to, I guess, utilize your Ethereum or whatever to pay in real life scenarios. Seems legit. Canary has just filed for the first ever spot HBAR ETF with NASDAQ, which is bullish for HBAR. Canary is this from Canada? I don't remember. I heard Canada as well, something that they will also be a similar deal, right? HBAR ETF might be coming soon as well. Bullish. Citadel, a Wall Street giant, of course. Securities, they plan to become a liquidity provider for Bitcoin and crypto. Also bullish news. The United States Securities Exchange Commission also, they closed their investigation into Robinhood. Robinhood, of course, is market provider. If you don't know, they have the stocks, ETFs options, and also cryptocurrencies you can purchase on Robinhood for the United States mainly. But they were being investigated by the SEC. Now they have closed the investigation without taking any action, which means that's a victory for the whole market. And it also shows that Trump's Securities Exchange Commission team wants to make the US a crypto capital, of course. If you do want that to happen, why are you suing the crypto projects that are legitimate, practically? Or, you know, exchanges that facilitate the process of purchasing cryptocurrencies and all that stuff. So they also similarly did also drop the Coinbase lawsuit that they had. So that should overall be bullish for Coinbase and Robinhood. Also good earnings from Robinhood. But regardless, also good earnings for Coinbase. It's still been dropping. Why? Because they do also heavily rely on, they have some holdings in crypto. Not heavily, not for Robinhood, but for Coinbase maybe, yes. And it seems like, you know, all this good news just being overshadowed by the current state of the market. What else is good news? Michael Saylor from Strategy, not MicroStrategy, buys another 20,356 Bitcoins worth about $2 billion at an average price of 97,500. Guys, Michael Saylor purchased $2 billion worth of Bitcoin right over here, 97,000. He disclosed that purchase, And still, you know, he's not scared of this drop, I'm pretty sure. He's probably figuring out a way to buy more. He's getting very close to his 500,000 Bitcoin target, something that he announced almost from the beginning, saying, we're going to try to accumulate 500,000 Bitcoin, right? They're saying, okay, you only got 904 Bitcoins to go before you reach your 500,000 Bitcoin target. And then he says, we have a strategy to exceed that target, meaning that this guy, Michael Saylor, is not going to stop buying Bitcoin. He's not going to stop at 500,000 Bitcoins. He's going to keep accumulating more. He's halfway to becoming Satoshi Nakamoto. There you go. Single guy. But people are just concerned about this because not the buying. The buying is fine, although still not really that great if all the Bitcoin or a majority of it is just in one guy's hands. But hey, that's institutional investors for you. That's what their purpose is. Anyways, how can somebody buy $2 billion worth of Bitcoin, but the price doesn't move? What kind of scam is this? I mean, it did move, but like the other way, right? So yeah, it has people concerned. Nearly $150 billion it has been liquidated from the cryptocurrency market over the past 24 hours alone. Was that more from last time, like compared to last time with the February 2nd drop? I feel like February 2nd drop was a lot worse, right? We had a similar drop with Bitcoin, and altcoins were down almost 30%, right? This time we're almost like halfway. This is like half of the drop that happened before, but some altcoins are still suffering more. Reason for that, we'll discuss in just a moment. I just want to say that, by the way, just a quick by the way, El Salvador apparently has stopped buying 1 Bitcoin a day. They stopped doing their DCA for whatever reason. I heard that now they're using the volcanic energy to mine Bitcoin, so maybe they're just, they're just going to stop spending money and just focus more on that and mine Bitcoins instead. That could work out for them. But anyway, there's clearly something that other people have been preparing for. Warren Buffett having $300 billion in cash. Jamie Dimon from JP Morgan, CEO, selling a lot of his stock, right? $233.7 million in his stock last Friday. The demand for physical gold is skyrocketing. If you look at the price of gold, it's like reaching all-time high levels. It's always been reaching all-time high levels for some reason. But keep in mind, Bitcoin will trail this kind of movement, so do not be discouraged. Yeah, almost $3,000 an ounce of gold. The volatility index surged as well today. It reached over 20. It reached a high of $20.24 today. Bitcoin is dumping after the market close. People are sensing something is breaking behind the scenes. Maybe it's a part of something bigger. The main thing, well, not the main thing. This is just part of a reason that it's been hacked. Apparently, Infinity Neobank was hacked for 49.5 million USDC, and they swapped it. The hackers swapped it for 17,000 Ethereum. That was just hacked. Attacker exploited retained admin privileges in Infinity's smart contract. Infinity's founder has promised full compensation, citing negligence and authority transfer. Another hack, which it's not as grand as, the $1.3 billion hack from Bybit. So, but it's still a hack nonetheless. This is the big theory that's been going around Twitter mainly. It's market manipulation, shaking out the weak, so that, of course, Bybit can buy back all the Ethereum as cheap as possible. Because, they just got hacked. They're friends with the Binance themselves. And just have a look at this. Bybit has already fully closed the Ethereum gap. Everything that they lost, they have practically recovered by now. Of course, thanks to this dip, everything is cheaper. They can just rebuy all that Ethereum that they lost for cheaper, right? With the help of Binance, likely is the reason why this was possible. Binance flushes all crypto. They're preparing for something. Well, that tomorrow is today. And market maker update here. Binance has been flushing out Trump token. They sold 47% of their $1 billion Trump holdings, down to $879 million now. So, rip Donald Trump, I guess. They're also dumping Ethereum. There's violent activity on their chain. And also, Solana is a victim of this, where Wintermute, who is a liquidity provider, has been withdrawing their Solanas from Binance. So this is a separate entity, right? They're taking out $38 million dollars in Solana from Binance ahead of Solana's $2 billion token unlock. That might be an interesting reason. The $2 billion token unlock, meaning, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure this is from the FTX repayment. Some methods of repayment that FTX will be using is through Solana to, I think, three major auction companies from an auction that agreed to purchase it. And what are they going to do with the Solana? Probably sell it on the spot market. So that could also cause some fear for Solana specifically. But there's more to this Solana fear. And it's still dropping, by the way, 138. Well, of course we know how good pump.fun is for the market, right? Wrong. It's really bad. They're testing an in-house auto market. What does this mean? I forgot. Crypto. I did look it up before. Automated market maker. And what that means is replacing the liquidity pools that Radium provides as their party provider. They're now testing their own liquidity providers to make, of course, launching meme coins a little bit easier or whatever. Which is not good. Because meme coins have been completely killing this market. It's the cancer of the crypto right now. And why a lot of without that, without the pump.fun, without Solana doing all this meme coin stuff, we wouldn't have all these scams and people discouraged by crypto in general. Solana's shift from meme coins to a serious blockchain, it would depend on the approval of a possible Solana ETF. That would bring institutional trust and enabling financial applications like payments and trading, because Solana is great. I sent money through Solana and it's fast and cheap. That's how a cryptocurrency, it's good use case for it, right? For sending payments, etc. Now, the issue with it, though, is that it's seen as, it's the meme coin token. If you want to launch meme coin, everything meme coin, it's Solana now. And, of course, serious buyers see that. They see all the stuff that happens on Solana, and they get discouraged. Big discouragement in general. With a growing user base, $12 billion in stablecoin supply, and a strong payment protocol, Solana is ready to move beyond its meme chain image, which I think, in order to save Solana, yes, they would have to become more institutionalized and less catering towards, the meme coin community. Sure, it can stay there. That service is great. It's good that, Solana is like the go-to area for meme coins if you just want to have some fun. But it's just become an actual problem at this time. It's become a gambling problem. It's become, just a big scam and frauds going around. Rappers promoting meme coins and then rug pulling their audience. Or, people literally killing themselves over meme coins at this point, which I shared last video. But yeah, here's for example, Rich the Kid, I'm assuming is a rapper. I don't know, I never listened to this guy's music, don't care about it either. Promoted a scam token on his Twitter. Then he deleted the post and claimed that he has been hacked, all within 1 hour, of course, after the deed was done of the rug pull. But there's some silver lining to this. Some, like, to just not attack this topic too much, but this guy has 2.3 million followers and couldn't even get it past a $100,000 market cap. So that means he didn't rug pull for too much, but, still. The market participants are learning now not to buy celebrity scam coins, so that's a bit of a good sign. People are kind of learning their lessons, although I think this is going to be here to stay, and it's just going to be a problem forever until it gets regulated somehow. Either ban pump.fun or, I don't know, do something about the Solana ecosystem. I got to do something about the meme coins. Kanye West is probably going to be the next rapper that I've shared that will be launching a meme coin. We've seen the posts on Twitter, but he may have sold his Twitter account actually to Bark Meta. The account he follows, Tall Data, is Bark's alt account. There's people noticing the differences between dark, light mode, and time format changes between his screenshots, so that people have noticed, like, this isn't the real Kanye tweeting this stuff out and going to promote his own meme coin. This is, you know, a different person that purchased Kanye West's account and is going to promote a scam meme coin under Kanye's name to try to get rich off of a lot of people because Kanye West has a lot of followers. It will be a major liquidity extraction event. And it's, you know, it's even been community noted as confirmation. Like, yes, this is not the real Kanye West tweeting anymore because he deactivated his Twitter after going on his long racist free speech rant. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, for him to just suddenly come back and then say, oh yeah, by the way, I'm going to be pumping a meme coin soon. He gets in touch with CZ from Binance. Then he gets in touch with some other blockchain providers to launch his meme coin on. People were speculating like, oh, it's going to launch on Binance, or no, now it's going to launch on some other one. Or now there's this other project I think he's following where he's going to, you know, create his own blockchain now to launch it. I don't even know anymore, but it's clearly not in Kanye West's hands anymore. And, you know, the posts that he's been making do not sound like him. Kanye will always text like this in all caps. The other ones was like, oh, what is BNB with like 4 spaces in between each word. Clearly not Kanye. So yeah, don't fall for the scam. Whatever Kanye West promotes, you're going to get rug pulled, guaranteed. And yeah, this is just talking about it. Kanye West has sold his account to some scammer cabal for $17 million so that they can launch a Kanye meme coin. Sadly, the degen trench warriors are going to buy it and send it to billions because that's just what's going to happen. It's inevitable, but as much as we try to warn the people, it's going to happen. How do I know that they will, despite the obvious scam? How do I know that they will, despite the obvious scam? Because those same degenerate gamblers have let Dave Portnoy, a recurring name, rug them on almost 20 coins in the last 2 weeks, and they just keep buying. Dave Portnoy, once again mentioned on here, and was also being followed by Kanye West, or at least who we thought was Kanye West last time I checked. Kanye coin will be a scam, massive liquidity extraction, huge payday for the scammer cabal. Even if the scam cabal was not involved in, and Kanye just launched it himself, so like even if he wasn't, like if he didn't sell his account and this is actually Kanye speaking, it will still be a massive rug pull, shit show, and liquidity extraction. Go buy some decent coins instead, you gambling addicts. Yeah, just a big rant on that. So that's literally going to be the exact case though. So whatever Kanye says, don't do it. He's lost his mind at this point. Here's another issue with pump.fun now. Speaking of like regulation and all that kind of stuff, the hacker, the Bybit exploiter, who hacked Bybit, of course, stealing the Ethereum, 1.3 billion Ethereum, $1.3 billion in Ethereum. They're now trying to launder their funds using pump.fun. They sent 60 Solana and launched a token Qinshi Huang, generating over $26 million in trading volume. But pump.fun was pretty quick on acting on this, and they removed that Lazarus-linked meme coin from front end. So, oh, look at this. To increase retail protections, they should enforce a $21 million max supply on all their pump tokens. Okay. Vesting for teams and early buyers, so no instant dumps. Locked supply and liquidity, no rug pulls. Yeah, that's ideal. And if they will be testing that new AMM out, if they are able to implement this, that would prevent the rug pull strategy. Because like literally, what's the point of having the option to rug pull? You're just asking for people to commit crimes on your platform, right? Having a stronger contract and team verification so that there's no scam devs. Yeah, that's true. If you see that an account is verified and launches a meme coin, it's more trustworthy. The way people would determine that would be through Radium, but now since they will be moving away from Radium, it seems like this is the better way to do it now, having a verification system, right? There should also be a celebrity launch section where they must verify KYC themselves to assure retail they are taking full responsibility for a fair launch. That is also true. I agree with that. I agree with that very much. That way, you know, you won't have Hawk to a girl saying, oh, it was this other guy who was doing the stuff for me and I didn't know that he was the bad guy. Or, I don't know, in this case, Kanye West would have to verify and say, look, yes, guys, it is literally me, Kanye West, and I will be launching this meme coin, instead of somebody launching it under Kanye's name because they purchased his Twitter account for $17 million. That might be the case there. Today's news as well, CZ shared his portfolio, CZ from Binance, ex-CEO. And people saw this coin called IRI, a stable coin that's pegged to the euro, right? I almost called it a euro dollar. This isn't Forex, but yeah. The euro, which is, the currency for Europe, they have a stable coin. And people didn't know this, but they saw the Binance CZ. Oh my god, keep calling them Binance. CZ has money in there on a stable coin as a normal person would. It's like you holding USDT. And people just saw that and immediately pumped it. Look what they did to a stable coin. And it just immediately fixed itself right after, which is pretty funny. Anyways, USA News, Donald Trump said that Ukraine-Russia war is finally coming to an end soon. This is also stuff that should be bullish for crypto, but clearly still overshadowed by all those other events. In conclusion, though, like, just to finish off with the bad news, or why the crypto market is dumping, Binance, of course, kind of seems like it could be that they're manipulating the market. People started noticing, like yesterday, like, oh, they're starting to sell or withdraw a bunch of funds again. They know where the liquidation levels are, and, they could cause this to happen. Like, they sell over here, make this happen, people get liquidated and scared, and then they start rebuying down here. It's a free way to make cheap, easy, quick money through market manipulation, because why? They're the biggest provider, right? They're the biggest exchange. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they should be investigated. Yeah, we've seen a lot of, like, cases where that has happened in the past before. So, it's a recurring theme in this market. Trump also mentioned that President Emmanuel Macron of France entered the United States, entered the Oval Office, had a discussion with Trump. I saw some clips of it. They were answering some questions. The meeting was convened by Governor Justin Trudeau of Canada, the current chair of the G7, to acknowledge the third anniversary of Russia-Ukraine war, which had never started if he was president. Everyone expressed their goal of seeing the war end. Trump emphasized the importance of the vital critical minerals and rare earth steel between the United States and Ukraine. He's saying that he hopes it will be signed very soon. The deal, which is an economic partnership, will ensure the American people recoup the tens of billions of dollars and military equipment sent to Ukraine, because not even Zelensky knows where that money is. So he's agreed to, in exchange, give rare earth minerals to the United States as a form of repayment, I guess, since he doesn't have the funds. At the same time, he's in serious discussions with President Vladimir Putin of Russia concerning the ending of the war and also major economic development transactions, which will take place between the United States and Russia. Talks are proceeding very well, and they are proceeding very well. Apparently, President Putin says Russia is ready to supply 2 million tons of aluminum to the U.S. market, which would stabilize prices. Do you guys remember when Donald Trump signed that thing where he would put 10% tariffs on aluminum and steel or something like that? And then Ethereum did something like this, and people were saying, what, is Ethereum made of aluminum now, or what? But yeah, it seems like that problem is going to be solved with, a partnership with Russia in this case for the aluminum. And also, seems like in exchange, Russia's preparing to accept Western companies' return to Russia. We're going to see, I don't know, what is it? What Western companies are they talking about? Maybe McDonald's, Visa. I'm pretty sure they canceled, like, every Western company that canceled their services in Russia because of the Russian invasion of Ukraine back in 2022. It seems like that's going to be undone, especially as this war comes to a conclusion. So that'll be good overall. Here's Governor Justin Trudeau. Nothing to do with it, but Trump has announced a 25% tariff on goods from Canada and Mexico. It will commence on March 4, 2025. Why? Because February 2nd was the day that February 1st, realistically, was the day that the tariffs were originally announced. These exact same tariffs, 25% on all goods and services from Canada and Mexico until they resolve the border crisis, the fentanyl, and the migrations, etc., right? To secure the borders. Canada made counter tariffs, and that the market didn't like that. We saw this kind of dump over here. And it seems like, unfortunately, well, okay, 2 days later, actually, that all got resolved. They said, okay, you know what? We're going to work on it. Just give us 1 month. Okay, that was March. Sorry, February 4. Okay, now, so March 4 is when, that month, I guess, will be up. And I'm not sure if we've seen any results realistically. So it seems like Trump is preparing to implement that same thing back. And who knows if Canada decides to retaliate with tariffs as well. Maybe we might see another dump like this, or maybe not. Maybe that's already taken into account. We don't know for sure. But that could also be overshadowing the overall outlook of the market in the upcoming days. This month is coming to an end. I've already practically confirmed that it will be a red month, unfortunately. We've seen like it's breaking the historical cycle at this point, because after the halving years of Bitcoin, for example, looking at Bitcoin's rate of returns, usually Q1 of 2025, the first 3 months are in the green. This case, though, it might be different. Where did we open this month for Bitcoin? February 1st. At 102,000. Will we see 102,000 or more by the end of this month? Probably not. So, yeah, that might be an issue. Just letting you know. Speaking of Canadian politics, I guess Jagmeet Singh, he's about to receive his pension, his long-awaited pension. There you go. For serving in the government X amount of years, he gets a pension, and it seems like that's the reason why he didn't want to call an election, so that he could get his pension by March. So, yeah. We do have elections, though, coming up soon, at least for this province. February 27. I can finally go vote. Voting is cool. And there's 107,000 woke Canadians have actually signed a petition. This is real, by the way. A petition to have Elon Musk's Canadian citizenship revoked. I didn't even know that Elon Musk was a Canadian citizen. I thought it was South Africa and USA or something, because he was born in South Africa, I think. But no, apparently he has a citizenship as well in Canada and the US. So, cool. There you go. Yeah. Not a lot of people are happy with it. But yeah. More Canada stuff. Well, okay. The European Union, which it consists of 27 countries, are pledging a $3.5 billion to Ukraine. Meanwhile, Canada alone is sending $5 billion, despite being an ocean away. So $5 billion instead of $3.5 billion. Why are we sending more? We're becoming the new United States, it seems like, and I think we do need some fixing as well. Or we could just become the United States currently, by being the 51st state. That would be pretty neat. And also, like, I thought this guy resigned, this Justin Trudeau guy, but apparently not when it comes to this case. Still spending billions on useless stuff, it seems like. The country needs fixing, the economy is bad, and he's just deciding to give it all away to Ukraine at this point. Not a lot of people are happy about that. On top of that, he's also planning to send Canadian troops to Ukraine. Man, it's a good thing I didn't join the military. If you didn't know this, I was about to join. I did enlist, but I got rejected, my application. So, well, I don't care. Their loss, and I'm happy where I am right now. And happy to not be a part of whatever's about to happen. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like these guys don't want to end the war or something. He will also be in Ukraine for the summit on the 3rd anniversary of the war. Justin Trudeau will be going there. I don't know why, but he will. Ukrainian President Zelensky saying it seems like he's starting to, like, I guess, reason and understand that he's been defeated, or his gravy train, or whatever they're calling it, is coming to an end. So he says that he's ready to resign from presidency for peace or Ukraine's accession to NATO if necessary, right? So he's saying he's willing to give up the presidency if it's for the greater good of the country. Who knows if he'll actually follow through with that. He also doesn't want Donald Trump as a mediator. They become enemies, it seems like, now, with, Trump stopping the aid to Ukraine, Ukraine banning Truth Social from their country, and then Elon Musk, I guess, retaliating with no Starlink services available for Ukraine. So yeah, bit of a tiny little battle going on there between the two, but it's pretty funny. Zelensky also says that, the billions of dollars that Ukraine received from Joe Biden from the United States, those were grants. They were in debt, like, so that he doesn't have to repay them. He says he doesn't even recognize $100 billion. He agreed with Biden that it was a grant, not a debt. I don't know if he's trying to change the terms here of like the. It's obviously supposed to be a grant. He has to repay that, but yeah, that's what Trump is now urging him to do. He says Ukraine has to pay the money back that we let them borrow. It was a loan. It was not a grant. Okay, pal? And I don't know. That's probably why Zelensky is also upset. Seems like that's why they're going to be repaying the United States with the minerals, the rare earth minerals. Top of that, Trump also is demanding the Taliban to return $7 billion in U.S. military equipment that they left there under, I'm pretty sure it was Biden's administration. Yeah. Also, let's talk about Germany. Germany had their elections. Trump says, oh, well, that's cool. We don't care. We have our own problems. But here is, we're going to talk about the results of the German election. Of course, Elon Musk was very adamant on AFD, Alice Weibel, I think her name is, that party to win the elections. But unfortunately, I don't think they won. But, they were pretty quick on counting their ballots, right? They were able to count 100% of the 50 million votes in under 8 hours, and it was all paper ballots. So, yes, it can be done. And the same thing should be the same in America, is what he's saying, because it takes weeks for American elections to be counted, right? What was it? The state of Nevada, I think, or some state. It took like a week for us to figure out what the final result was when it was Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. Like, just compare it to other countries. India takes 1 day to count 640 million votes. Germany took 8 hours to count 50 million. Argentina takes 6 hours to count 27 million. And yeah, the state of California took 4 weeks to count 16 million votes. Literally a fraction of this, but look how much more time it takes, right? So obviously the system somewhat broken in USA, or maybe election fraud. We don't know, but yeah. Here's the final results of the election map. AFD being in the blue on this image, and CDU-CSU is the Conservative Party on the black, which it seems like that majority won, of course, against the AFD, who apparently lost here. And if you pay attention to the foreign-born citizens, do you see any correlation there? Seems like the native Germans wanted AFD party to win, but then the migrants, I guess, foreign-born, voted for the Conservative Party, which won the elections, and apparently they're not great, I don't think. I'm not sure. Donald Trump said that looks like the Conservative Party in Germany has won the very big and highly anticipated election. Much like the USA, the people of Germany got tired of the no comments. And I think he's mistaken, because people kind of disagree with him, because they're saying the Conservative Party in Germany is Angela Merkel's party and very comparable to the Democratic Party in the United States, for example. AFD is comparable with the Republican Party, which only got 20%. Germany and Europe is lost. People are saying that it's over. We're getting 4 more years of migration, poverty, rape, murder, and death for Germany. Congratulations. This is what Tristan Tate says. So, yeah. Maybe Germany is screwed for another 4 years. I had a little bit of hope in the AFD or Alice Weibel. I don't know. I don't know if she was a good leader anyway, though, because I didn't do too much research on it. I'm not German, so I'm not keeping up too much with their politics. But based off of what Elon Musk has said, based off the little bits that I've seen, based on the current state of Germany, obviously something needs to change, but I don't think it's going to change. And that pretty much concludes what I was gonna mention with the news. Look at that. Looks like we're recovering. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. Maybe bottom is in. You never know. What I do know is that Grok 3, and I agree with this by the way, it's better than ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Gemini across multiple benchmarks. I had it do the coding for the backtesting strategies that I'm doing, and man is it good at what it does. Let me find this. I did the new strategy, but I did have to make some changes though. Here's all of the trades that were done in the past year with this strategy that was coded thanks to, what's its name? Grok. And here's the summary of what happened. Starting with a $10,000 balance, if you risk 1% per trade, you make 367 trades. I did find another one that had 400 trades and made a return of $10,000. This one made less trades and a return of $20,000 with a higher win rate as well. Meaning that, you know, I found a better strategy, of course. I've been backtesting multiple strategies, and I figured one out that gave me, what is this, a 3x return? That's pretty darn good in 1 year. Just Bitcoin alone, by the way. What if I combine this with, like, other coins? So now what I'm going to do is, yeah, actually that's something I should do. I'm going to note down other assets that I want to backtest, gather the information, the data from them, modify the code to make it easier to, like, just input the next coin that I want to backtest, and see how it performs with other coins. It seems really good so far. I used to use the RSI, not for this strategy. This strategy, I'm using the 3 moving averages that I used to always use. So it's practically my old strategy, but determining the trends in a different way. I'm using like super trend and a 200 simple moving average. That's it. And it seems like it's working out really good. So I'm gonna check it out with other assets. I'm going to check if there's any correlation with the times. The only thing I don't like about AI in general is the rate limiting that it gives you. Because like you ask it like an important question and it's like, okay, you're suddenly asking too much for me, is what Grok would say. Like, you're asking a question that's bigger than the universe. Give me a moment. Or like stop or pause or try again later. I don't know. Something like that. The other one is like with ChatGPT. GPT will like lock the chat or make you start a new one. Same thing with Claude that I've been trying. It'll lock the chat or start a new one. And after a certain amount of, like, even if you're in a different chat, it will just stop you from uploading files, images, code, whatever. And it just becomes a hassle because you just have to wait a whole day for another attempt at it. Which I guess that's the point of the AI's subscription service, right? They want people to pay for their services, but I mean, ultimately, you can only pay for one at a time. But I think even if you pay, like I'm mentioning, maybe Grok is the better one. But even if you do pay for Grok, I think you still get rates limited based off of videos I've seen. I'm not sure. But I don't want that. So, yeah. This is the strategy I'm using. I was using a RSI, average true range. The one before that was a trailing stop, which did poorly. RSI, suspiciously enough, it works best once, you know, if a trade enters oversold territory, that's when you would enter, not when it comes back from oversold territory. Suspiciously enough, I don't even know why it works, but it worked for my other backtest attempt. Like when I did it with the RSI, enters a trade, like a long trade we're talking, for example. When it enters a long trade, once it's oversold, right? Assuming the trend is upwards, right? Forget about the trend right now, but let's assume that the trend is upwards. It would enter something like this, measuring with the average true range, 2 times that amount. And this apparently, 1-to-3 risk-reward ratio, would make profit more times than if you waited for this, like, pullback, right? You determine the low point, and then you do the average true range. It seems like maybe because, like, the distance is now too far, that it's just more likely that it'll hit your stop loss, because it had way less trades as well, is one thing that I notice. And it just lost me more money in the long run. It lost like $3,000 compared to the original version where if you enter as soon as the RSI enters oversold, it made $10,000 return. So I don't know. You tell me. Not financial advice. It's probably not even how the strategy works, and that's why I thought it was a bit iffy, a bit sketchy, so I decided not to use it and opted for the 3 moving averages instead, which that seemed to work much better. So I think I'm going to stick with it. Maybe modify trend identification, although I think it's fine. Because the amount of trades is reasonable. In 1 year having 360 something trades, yeah, it's like 1 trade a day something on average. It makes sense. It's fine. I think it was 360. I don't want to give you guys wrong information. Yeah, 367. There's 365 days in a year. So yeah, 1 trade a day. It's really good. So like I said, I'm going to test it out on other assets, sorry, that same strategy. And we'll go from there. All right. That's all I wanted to mention about Grok. And that's all I want to mention for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Don't get liquidated. Don't play with leverage. Be safe with leverage if you will. Use it. Seems like bottom is in. I'm calling it here. Yeah. Subscribe. Bye.